Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today, on the way to the boat right now, we're going to talk about what we keep in our ditch bag. There's a lot of things that you should keep on you at all times when you're on the boat, especially when you're nowhere near, help. So even when you're close to shore, even if land is close by, you should have a ditch bag. Being just a mile away, you can easily be swept away by currents and streams. And in my area, being in the southeast Florida area, is the Gulf Stream, and that can sweep you along quite quickly up the coast if you're not found quickly. So again, it's really important that you keep safety number one. If your boat is not up to spec, it's not safe to operate on, your bilge pumps are not working, then you shouldn't be going on the boat. You shouldn't go fishing. You shouldn't go to the sandbar. You make sure that the boat is up to snuff, and once the boat is in tip-top shape, your engine, your hull, your bilge pumps, your lights, all your Coast Guard safety requirements, then you still need to take it a step further. You gotta take it up a notch further. You need to get your ditch bag ready. And in that ditch bag, you need to have all sorts of stuff to prepare you for the worst, to make sure that you're going to be able to survive your boat sinking, or you're not being able to get back to the shore, or not be able to get back to the dock. So that's what we're going to talk about next. We're going to talk about what I keep in my ditch bag. And if you have any better ideas, if you have other ideas, if you have any suggestions for me and for anybody else that's watching the video, go ahead and post them down below. Put your comment down below, and then if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all the support. The more subscribers I get, the more motivation that I get to put these videos out for you guys. Again, guys, thanks for your support, and let's get to it. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. Let's go through my ditch bag now, and I'll show you what I have exactly. This is my ditch bag. You can see that my ditch bag has a nice handle to it. We got some side pockets. Got a pocket for the EPIRB. Got another pocket here. It opens up. Has a clear pocket here for my documentation of the boat. Has more little mesh pockets here, and the big bag here. And inside here, it's got other dividers to make sure that I keep my ditch bag organized. So let's look at what's inside the ditch bag right now. I have some of this tape that you can use as an emergency to wrap around holes around hoses or anything. It sticks to itself. You can wrap it. It doesn't go bad. It's a rubberized, and with the heat, with time, it kind of melts together and it creates a seal. So it's great for temporary fixes, and I keep a couple of these inside the ditch bag. I like to keep toys in my bag. One of these toys is a Nerf ball. It's one of these spongy balls that you can use at the beach or at the pool. Now, not only is it good to play with and have an extra toy on the board, but it's also good to be able to stuff this inside a hole, inside a through hole, or any kind of hole that you may be able to stop water intrusion into the boat. Right here. Simple, cheap, effective. Effective? I don't know. I've never had to use it, but it makes sense to me. I also keep a medical kit, a first aid kit, on board at all times. This one is called a Sportsman Series Medical Kit Bighorn by Adventure Medical. Kits Be Safe. On the back of it, you can see exactly what I got in it. It's got a field trauma pack. It's got a book, which is the manual, and it's got medications. Some of these medications are just simple stuff. For easy care, first aid care kit, bite and after bite, sting relief wipe. You have a thermometer, you have some aspirin, some ibuprofen, and antihistamine, etc. And then for wound care, we got a gauze, different size gauzes, different length gauzes, some syringes, some gloves, some different bandages, triple ointment, antibiotic ointment, and yeah, you can see it right there. They even have duct tape inside the medical kit. So make sure you carry a medical kit with you at all times. Sunscreen. Sunscreen is important. You're going to ditch the boat. Most likely you'll be in the sun. It's going to be hot. You're going to want to protect yourself. I get the highest one, the baby stuff, 50 plus. It's always good. Make sure you check it every once in a while, because sometimes if it gets too hot, then this stuff can get kind of gritty. But yes, make sure you keep some sunblock on your boat. I keep tuna cans inside the bag. I have about 8 cans of these, but one thing you want to remember is that you check your expiration. Make sure that you update these every year, 2 years, etc. So look out over your expiration dates. But if you have a tuna can, you're going to need something to open it up with. So this is what I have to open it up. It stays also inside the ditch bag. I've had this one for 5, 6, 7 years already, and you can see there's no rust on it. It's clean, it's brand new. So again, if you're gonna have cans, make sure you have your can opener. This is gonna provide some essential calories when you're out there waiting for help. I keep a toilet bowl wax ring. It's in a vacuum sealed bag. You can grab this stuff and put it onto and plug holes that you need. So again, I keep multiple options to plug up holes if I need to. This is a simple local hardware store wax ring, toilet wax ring that you can get for a couple of bucks. They sell marine grade versions of this for a lot more money. So I don't know about you, I work really hard for my money. I prefer to get something that's the same stuff for a fraction of the price. If you have access to an EpiPen, that might be a good idea to keep inside your ditch bag too. Some of us that frequently boat with me have allergies, including myself, so this will be a great idea to keep on you. Along those lines, if you have any special needs, any special medications that you cannot be without, make sure you keep some spare of those spare medications inside your ditch bag. You don't want to be compounding your issues offshore when you're waiting for help if you don't have your medications. We have a signal mirror. Attached to that is a little floaty with a whistle. We have multiple other whistles that we can attach to us once we're in the water. A marine radio, very important. Waterproof, marine radio, rechargeable battery. I check the charge about every few months. I take it home because the ditch bag is always at my house, so it's very easy for me just to slip it out of the bag, put it on a charger, which is usually right beside my bed, make sure it's fully charged at all times. I also make sure that it works. No sense on keeping a radio in your bag if it's not going to work. You need to make sure that you have proper charge, proper batteries. Don't just depend on the one battery that's going to be inside your radio. Make sure you have spares. This particular version is a standard Horizon GPS HX870. It's got a rechargeable battery with a stand that you can just, without taking the battery out of it, you put it onto the stand and it'll recharge itself. Along with that, it has a battery pack that you can actually change out the batteries. You can just purchase regular batteries, disposable batteries, and put them in there as well. I took it a step further, filled them up, and put them into vacuum sealed bags in order to keep them nice and clean and prevent them from getting corroded in the salt environment. One step further than that is an actual cigarette lighter charger for it. So if we're stranded, engines are dead, can't get out, can't move, the radio battery goes dead, we can plug it in and charge it up. If the rechargeable battery goes dead, you can plug it in and charge it up. If the rechargeable battery is dead and we have no battery power elsewhere, then we have the spare battery pack. 3 ways to use that radio. You don't want to depend on just only one way. Make sure you have a backup and a backup and another backup. This particular radio also has the distress button on it. You can send a distress signal from this radio. You can also send a distress signal via voice to channel 16, and you can also send a distress signal via satellite, GPS. Okay, this is my EPIRB. It's a boat EPIRB. It has a longer battery life, so it stays in a ditch bag. One thing to consider also is to actually have PLBs as well. So if you have multiple people with you, having them with their own personal locator beacon on them on each individual person. I know it can get a little pricey, but if that one person falls overboard at night where you can't see them, that PLB might be the ticket to save their life. Make sure that on your EPIRBs you keep it registered. You got to keep it registered every 1 to 2 years. You'll get a notice in the mail after your initial registration, and then make sure that you check it. There is a procedure that you can follow, and it's actually labeled right here on how to check your EPIRB to make sure that it's working properly. You want to check to make sure it's working properly before each of your outing. Just a little simple dry bag that we keep in here. We have some extra rope that we can use to tie each other off. You can use this for a lot of stuff. You can tie each other off together. You can tie each other to the boat or to a structure. A lot of reasons you can use this for. Some nausea medications, more energy bars. In this case, in this little bag, we have some granola bars. You may want to keep an extra headlamp. We have headlamps all over the boat, but in case we need another one for whatever reason at nighttime, look in the engine bay and we can't find the other ones, I know there's always one inside the ditch bag. Here's another one of those, simple to use. This stuff, you can break a piece off of it. It's like a Play-Doh almost like material. It's in the plumbing section at your local hardware store. You can mix it up really good, so you can mix up the hardener, and this stuff will solidify under the water. We keep a handheld flashlight, big flashlight, water bottles. It's very easy to get dehydrated in the Florida sun. You can be sweating, don't even know it. Sometimes you don't even sweat and you're still getting dehydrated, especially on the salt environment. Make sure you have plenty of water. And in our ditch bag, we have about 8 bottles of water. Again, you want to be able to replace these every couple of years. Believe it or not, waters do have an expiration date on it. Make sure you have your flares. Make sure you have the proper number of flares, the right type of flares, Coast Guard approved flares. And in this case, we have the handheld ones, and then we have the flare gun flares as well. Remember that these flares also have expiration dates. So the ditch bag always stays with me. If we ever need to abandon the boat, the first thing that we're going to grab is a ditch bag. The strap on the ditch bag actually has 4 clips so that we can tether each other to the ditch bag. This way none of us can get separated from the bag and we don't get separated from each other. Always remember that the bigger the object that you're on, an example, your boat, the better the chances of you being seen. Yes, you can have your EPIRB, your PLB, and your radio, but they still need to find you. And when the ocean's very big and you look like a speck inside that big ocean, floating on top of that ocean, if it's just you, your head, bobbing on top of that water. If you stay with your boat, you have a big white piece of fiberglass they can probably see for much further distances than if you were not with your boat. Always stay with your boat if able. Renisha, what do you think? Are we done?
Yeah, we're done. Like and subscribe, people.
Okay guys, remember, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think should be in a ditch bag. These are things I currently keep. Maybe it brings in some new ideas for you to put in your ditch bag. But for others following the video, check down below in the description for the Amazon affiliate links for all the items that I have inside my ditch bag. Thank you for support, and until next time, boat safe and have fun.